high. Tell me be strong, be strong, be strong. Conscious youth, be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me jump on me enemies, jump on me enemies, jump on them, jump on them, jump, 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 jump on them until they're dead. Oh, oh, I, he tell me to love and not to wait, to go to them who will do bad to you. He tell me to rise up, all those who fall, put some help in and let it stand on their feet as tall. Tell me don't jealous nobody. You tell me don't thief no envy. You tell me do good, so that good will follow you. You tell me hold my head up high, no one let them who jealous I. You tell me stand strong, stand strong, stand strong as a lion. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me jump on me enemies, jump on me enemies, jump on you, jump on she, jump, jump, everybody, jump on them until they're dead. Oh, oh, I, mama. Know why I'm strong, strong as a lion. No oppressors can't keep me down. I'm not afraid, I'm not going to run. I'm gonna stand right here and face Peter's season. You tell me be away from hypocrites, all of them who know my secrets. You tell me it's them, only them, who can reveal it. And if I make a little mistake, I'm not conscious man is that I make. Just correct me, don't pull me down, don't press me on the ground. The man with the anger, he tell me be strong, brother man. The man with the anger, he tell me don't run. The man with the anger, he tell me hold on. He tell me jump on me enemies, jump on me enemies. He want me jump on you, jump on she, jump, jump, everybody, jump on them until they dead. He want me jump on them until they dead. He want me jump on them until they dead. He want me jump on them until beg you, come off me more.
Oh, jeez, boy, this guy could have sing. It's 14 minutes, 30 seconds after 8 o'clock. It is 16th day of July 2024. It's a Tuesday, and you should recognize that by now once you hear my voice. My name is Kingsley De Freitas. I am from Moncton originally, but I reside temporarily in Fountain and occasionally in Fayhall. For those of you who are just sitting there and waiting, we welcome you to WFM Tuesday Nights program, which is being sponsored by Basil's Bar. And the views you hear here is not those of Basil's Bar, nor those of the management, owner, and operators of WFM. Those are my views, and I'm trying my best to keep them in line. Those of you who are wondering if I'm okay, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. But just I want to have your participation in the program tonight because I am not fully prepared. I know I was coming, but I didn't prepare any particular topic. But there are lots of things to talk about. You may say Carnival. Well, I can't speak to any aspect of Carnival 2024 with any clarity because I didn't pay attention. And the reason why I didn't pay attention, I didn't hear much of the songs. I know that Blondie Board and Friends retain the band of the year. Well, he's not my favorite mass band, but he do the same thing every year and win. And yes, he complain, all things bad, bad, bad. The surprise package of Vincy Mars 2024 is when I hear Mazdan. Mazdan is from my era. He's from Fountain, and I know his mom quite well, but that was the biggest surprise at the 2024. When I hear this say Mazdan's gone Khaled, because Khaled's the king, and he jump off my chair. What else? Fireman Hooper. Well, you know, I am not a Fireman Hooper fan. And you know, I am surprised that the young people who participate in Raga Soca and Soca Mona don't take some time off to beat Skiddy Fabulous. Because they come, not the Skiddy Fabulous, Fireman Hooper. What? When Fireman Hooper come on stage to present his song, his presentation is always up there. You know why? He sang his song the way he wanted to sing his song to get the judge's attention. And when he finished do that, you could hear his lyrical content, you could hear his presentation, his tongue, his verb, everything. He captivated the judge's attention. And when he do that, that's where he win them. I'm going to tell you something, you know. When he don't do what he had to do, he knew he had them right way he want them because he presented his song to the best of his ability. And if he's winning his Soca Mona for 13 consecutive years, 13 ultimate year, that means that he knew what he's doing. Then he comes at the end and he take the park from where it is and he move it around. And he gets that is a 10 points or crowd motivation. And that's why he keep winning them. So young artists, if are listening, Fireman is easy to be beaten. Present all the song and forget about leaving the last part to get that 10 points for crowd motivation. That's it. An advice for young people who want to beat Fireman. Fireman easy to beat. Easy to beat. But people not paying attention. So that's my two-piece and Vincy Mars. Like I said, I can't speak to. If I had any influence on the judges, Abidjan would be Calypso King 2024. I listened to his presentation and the lyrics, he got his message across, but I don't know what Mazda brought that he didn't bring. And I am still laughing because when I heard that Mazda become Calypso Monarch, I said, Lord of mercy, we either gone from bad to worse or something. Okay? Leave it right there. Yeah. I don't know what else you want to talk about. Hurricane, well, I tell you something. I am going to make a bold statement here. Whether you're NDP or you're ULP, I am convinced that the Honorable Ralph Everett Gonsalves, now me say so, you know, the Bible speaks to the ordainment of leader. And over the last 23 years, I am convinced that in these challenging times, Ralph Gonsalves is the right person to be Prime Minister. And now it's a back in time thing. Remember 2013? People prepare their ham and the stove wash away outside. But I never see more devastating than things on the outside. And you come right up, we had April 9th volcano. Ralph Gonsalves leading. The pandemic that I didn't think he handled quite nicely, he failed in that aspect when he supported the Minister of Health to bring a bill to make vaccine mandates for frontline workers like myself, and I up to now I'm still catching myself to survive on that. And then the hurricane that just took place recently. You ever sit down and wonder if Lorraine Friday was Prime Minister of the Missouri Grannies, and persons on the internet who are not listening to us will say, but you can't do no comparison because one is Prime Minister. Yes, Ralph Gonsalves is Prime Minister, and he's tried and tested. And I'm convinced within myself that he is the right person for this job. You know, you have an idea, have his people to persons in the Grenades in Union Island? Well, if you wanted to know exactly what took place, you should listen to Voices last night because Jomo Thomas had on Kenton Chance, who is one of the best, if not the best journalists in the Grenades, who give, and we had Damon McTay, right? Yeah. He was here last night too. And I think they are the two best journalists in St. and when they report not necessarily accurately, but the best they could do. And I tell you, I'm convinced that Ralph Gonsalves, this time, there are people who support the NDP and say, well, this guy is a stupid guy. Well, you can call me, you want to call me. And they will say, you have to be very stupid because Dr. Friday will never be the Prime Minister. But when you look at the temperament of Friday compared to Ralph Gonsalves, really, you could say what you want to say. You could don't like Ralph Gonsalves politically or personally and all, have all the obsession with him. Hello, the man is going to get the job done, and we're going to see a landscape change in the Grenadines, especially in Union, where the house has to be constructed. And Ralph Gonsalves, over the 23-year, enhanced that policy of the European. That was never government position, you know. You blow down your bond, down your chauffeur job in NDP time, that be your problem. Ralph Gonsalves take it upon himself to have individuals who have a problem. And one thing I want him to do is to assign some posts. I noticed he have a mini reshuffle, and I was hoping that he I don't know if he make any reshuffle for Jimmy Prince, but I was hoping that he put somebody from a technical standpoint in the Ministry of Health to pay to the psychological evaluation of Vincent Shen. I could give you a story from somebody who lost a son up to today where they're struggling with the health, and nobody ever called and asked, how are you coping with this mental strain? And I will say to them, I am still digging a hole to fill a hole. We may say people in the Grenadines have suffered the most. That might be so on paper and evidence for that. But here's something now. People generally is catching the hell in St. Vincent now. Back to back natural disasters. It are man-made disasters. It are people who still dying by the guns. and that having a toll on people and people taking that mental aspect of Vincent lives simple. But I will tell you something. You walk around St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially Kingston, and you see persons who you may hear traditionally, or with them may play, he's a crazy man. We want to hear and she, but you don't know. You don't know the stress some of these people going through, and they can't take it anymore. And something just went haywire. Not everybody you see on the street are on the street because of drug abuse. Some of them going through some strange stress, some challenges that you never experienced. We're having some hard times in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And you will hear my friend, I know you listen, he's calling Captain. He can say if you want a wholesale change and making things better, you have to go and vote for the NDP and make Dr. Friday Prime Minister. But I definitely don't share that view. Don't share that view at all. You may say, what convinced you that Ralph Gonsalves is the right person for Prime Ministership this time? You sit back and think about the challenges that St. Vincent and the Grenadines face and still facing under Ralph Gonsalves leadership. And we holding our own, like one of the lager in St. Vincent say, hold your own. Individual people, you might not hear them complaining, but they're having difficulties understanding what's taking place. You may see a new business evolving, but you must ask yourself how much closing, how much catching hell just to stay alive. And you may say, well, you say, well, I'm going to have the best prime minister, but you pointed out some weaknesses. So if there are weaknesses in St. Vincent, what you want me to do? Ignore them? Can't ignore them. Can't ignore them. Because there are things that need to be spoken about. Civil society and the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines have to do more. The UNP promises us that they will try their best to govern under these trying circumstances. I think that they are making the effort. But, you just don't understand what's going on. Life is just challenging these times. It's 23 minutes after 8. Let's going to take a break to sip on some water until I get back my voice, okay?
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback. To be a part of the Feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's Feedback.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
28 minutes, 30 seconds after 8 o'clock in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Listen to WeFM. We are located at Windy Point, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and you're listening to us on frequently assigned 99.9. Someone just sent a text and asked me what is my opinion whether Ralph Gonsalves and the authorities should have postponed Carnival. Well, I said it to somebody on Facebook recently that I had accomplished with the Prime Minister, and I did express my view that I think he should have postponed the Carnival. He didn't go into much details and the reason why he didn't, but it is what it is, and life move on. Okay, so you could comment on that if you wish to. And I was told all our lines are up 4579997. You have that one on WhatsApp and our landline right here at the ReFM. Let me say good evening to Val Matthias, Mom, and Jacqueline Jordan. Anta in Canada, Mrs. Jones, who I know is currently listening, and she have a reason why she's listening. And all those persons who met me and asked me if I'm on tonight, of course I'm on, that is why I'm here. The reason why I wasn't on last week is because of the carnival celebration. And they were I was expecting that they were carrying some aspect of Vincy Mass 2024. So I say I will just sit it out. The week before, well, was unavoidable, okay? Yeah, right. But nevertheless, we are here, and you can call and express your view. Let me say good morning to Max Walker. I heard you making a presentation some places, and it was booming some topic. I think you were onto something, and you were saying that this is the time that we should see togetherness in terms of providing all the aspect of the development to the people in the Grenadines and those on the mainland who need it. I think that it was a wonderful presentation. I would also like to hear from Lanford Weeks, who has some level of influence on the people's mind and the political landscape in the Grenadines. I would like to hear your thoughts and how you think that the government should manage the development aspect of St. Vincent in these trying times. But you know what? You know what is bothering me? I paid attention to the Met Office and the meteorologists around, and they say that we're expecting a busy hurricane season. And you know, we had some tremendous damage over the last couple of weeks on June 1st. And we just, 2 months into the hurricane season? And you know, you can get some more in August, some in September, some in October. And I don't want, the storms can come, but geez, no hurricane, can't take the beating anymore. Our country is too fragile at the moment to have another hurricane like what just took place. We had some recent event in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that had us on the course of economic takeoff, and I think that we did get to that economic takeoff. And then we had Sandals open, and they had people coming in, and you know, it's the disaster just creates a negative vibes. But I am hoping that the authorities will find the resources to help persons who need help, and I hope that individual institutions will do what they have to do to make sure to get back our country to some level of normalcy, so where it was before we had that hurricane. The issue of crime still surfacing. I know that recently they had 2 more killings. I don't use the strong word because I don't think that you can prove those things until you go before a court. And it's just a frightening situation that we're having so much tribulation. They're going to hold to for the whole, but yet it have a small minority of persons will find time to get involved in criminology and crime, and persons lost in their life because of those 2 negative issues I just surfaced there a while ago. Let me say good evening to Joseph Arthur. It's good to know that you're tucked in and already drinking your orange juice and listening to WFM. I'm glad to know that you are listening to us, and we really appreciate you. And this is one person I know is listening, is my friend Rat. Rat always find, you might ask yourself, Kings, do you have a friend named Rat? Yeah. He not as mischievous as Rat. He don't give left his paralysis, but that's just his name from since I'm a boy. Yeah, so all those persons who are listening, and we never recognize who you are because we don't know who you are. We know that you're listening, and we really got to know. Somebody asked me if Janet Matthews is out of state. I was reliably informed that she's out of state. And I have my friend. I don't say hello to her anymore because she's somewhere in the States. I don't know if she listens to us. I'm referring to Mrs. Bob from Bel Air. I think that she's in somewhere in the States with her daughters. And they'll make sure that she continues to listen to us via our website. So good to know that. So any comments you want to make on Carnival 2024? what's your thought on the issue of our preparedness? You know, St. Vincent and the Grenadines had in recent times some threat coming to us with hurricanes, and we say, man, them in our come, man. You want me to be honest with you? This one catch me off guard. Off guard, because that lackadaisical attitude, well, God is a Vincent anything coming here. That did creep up on me, and I found myself in some wanted position during the course of the hurricane and after the hurricane. I mean, I tell you something, well, you're not prepared, boy, you're not prepared. I want to thank the management and staff of VINMEC. If I'm with current as yet, no, I'm not with current as yet. If I'm with water, yes, CWSA has restored water. Today is the first day that I stayed home after the hurricane and I didn't get any use of water, but before I decided to come here, it came. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because the water did come for me to have a wash down. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you want to speak on any of the things I raised, you can deal with that. You know, it's a frightening situation that exists, and I'm hoping that Vincentian people are united. I don't know, like Kenton Chancellor last night, he could not give some details because he didn't get enough time to have one-on-one interview with individuals. I have not even speak to anybody from here in Ireland. I wonder how they're coping with the issue of what is reported that took place during the hurricane season. And we want to know what's happening in Mustique. We haven't heard anything much about people in Mustique. And the other Grenadines Islands that had that impact, that devastating impact. Loss of all services, phone, cable TV, water, this, that. They have to start rebuild from start. But I heard the Prime Minister making some presentation on the prices that they're going to pay for workers in the Grenadines. Oh, Lord. If I was 10 years younger, I was going to make sure get down in the Grenadines and work for $150 or $200 per day and try to make ends meet with that. But people will get jobs, and I hope that people will be rewarded nicely. And the Prime Minister saying they will be rewarded nicely for their job. But when you go down there, Vincent Shan ought to focus and do what you went there to do. Forget about the unkind things and the temptation. Leave people things alone. You understand what I'm saying? Do what you're being paid to do, and you will be greatly rewarded for your effort. Another thing I want to touch upon briefly is the issue of, I went to a funeral today, and I normally pay attention to the preacher and the message that he's going to preach to persons who come to celebrate the life of the deceased. Today I went to one in the afternoon, and I was impressed with the preacher's presentation because he didn't focus on the deceased person. He focused on where we are going when we die. And I see different people from different organizations. When I say organizations, religious organizations, I see people from Anglican, I speak from Jehovah's Witnesses, I speak from Pentecost, all over. And when he spoke, I look across the congregation, some paying attention, some just avoid what he's saying. But what he was saying, we have to make preparation for life after death. But the question I want to ask you, are you a believer or are you a Christian? Do you think Christianity is based on the past tense of what God did when he came here a couple of years ago? You will say, well, what's your thought? Yes, I think that Christianity is based on the past. I was listening to Gospel Train last Thursday night with Pastor Brother Giri Kamabash, and I listened to Scriptural Search a while ago with Mr. Dunbar and Joel Jack. And at times, I ask myself some questions. I'll repeat some of the questions. You might think I'm blaspheming, but I'm not lastly, when I'm asking question, is Christianity for real, or is Christianity is a lifestyle, or it's a lifestyle that we live, that what God did when he came here? We go to church, I go to church, and sometimes the preachers and teachers will say, they're having a 15 minutes period for members of the congregation to give a testimony of what God did, are currently doing for them, or will do for them in the future. And I can't recall anybody ever telling me anything that God did for them recently. One woman said to me, when you wake up this morning, well, when I was born, he promised me 70 trees go on 10, so you ain't doing me no favor when you keeping me alive all now. And people will say, but you shouldn't say so. But you need to ask yourself this question. Are you a Christian? Are you a believer? Do you think that Christianity is reality? Or you think Christianity is life that was lived in the past, and we use the past in the Bible to say we are being Christian and we live in a Christian, because being a Christian, you have to be Christ-like. But tell me something, call and tell me something, 4579994, 4579997, that God did for you recently. And here what they say, well, you keep me alive during the last hurricane, yeah? One thing came out to me a while ago, my brother Dunbar. He said, Christ is a good God. He keep us alive during the course of hurricane. And then Joel Jackson, if we had to don't have the challenges that we're having currently, people will live their life carefree. But God promised that he will take care of us, but yet you have disasters, you have this, you have that coming. And you have to say, really, is Christianity a genuine lifestyle, or just a lifestyle that we copy because we want to have a particular lifestyle to say, well, we refer to ourselves as Christian. What is Christianity in reality today? Have you ever really paid attention to it? And I sure you go to church and you hear people say, well, I am thanking God for doing this for me, doing that for me. Figuratively speaking, yeah. But physically speaking, you can't point me to anything that he's done for you recently. So I'm a bit confused, and I'm hoping that some member of the gospel chain that do the program here and a Thursday night will listen and respond to me, because I do listen to them. Because I will say to you that I've grown up with my mom who take us to church, and the element of Christianity is embedded in me. But I'm yet to be convinced by today's Christian that religion is a reality. And if we don't base our life on that reality, the meek is going to inherit the earth. And I am a bit confused right there. So I'm hoping that people could just try it on this particular topic and let me know exactly. We have a WhatsApp there? Okay, so people, you have one there? I notice a lot of people online. It's good to see me. Let me do like Jacqueline Jordan, mommy wave and say, all up there and all that. If it's what where I read it, read it. If it don't what
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Someone is asking, good night. Maybe you should be asking, are we still a Christian society or a Christophane society?
Well, I don't like the word Christophane. People use that derogatory way. But our country is based on the supremacy of God and religion. But I am yet to be convinced, Kamal, that Christianity is a life that's going to bring reality for today's challenges that we're having. Because when I look at some of the challenges that we're having, God promised when he sent his son to die for us, we will have absolute cleansing of our sins. But is that evident today? Is that taking place? I want those Christians who just go and make a whole heap of noise and say, oh, I have a testimony to share that God, what he did for me. Not one of them in God tonight. Not one of them in God. Because you know what? There's nothing that they could talk about that I do for them recently. You understand what I'm saying? They have to refer to what God did when he came as Jesus Christ. That's how you hear the preachers and the teachers deal with the issue of Christianity, that they sell at different churches and different denominations. Nothing manifested itself present. It's always something in the past. We have some people up there. I noticed my sister is up there. Good evening, Anne-Marie. Good to know that you listen. I hope Marcus and Crystal and Destiny, I remember all of them in tonight, and Valerie and Charlene are listening. Good to know. Good to know that you take time off to spend with us right here at WFM every Tuesday night. I hope King Dove Howard, I think he's up there. I know that Douglas the Freitas listens, and my friend from Lee who lives in Kingston Park.
Somebody writes, let me show it up here as well. It says, action speaks louder than words. What we say and what we practice as a society speaks a volume.
When you look at that person who write that particular transcript there, do you take him seriously? I read him all the time. And sometimes I ask myself, what is his agenda? I know that he's anti-Ralph. I know he has an obsession about Dr. Gonsalves, but at times he confused me. He's one of the persons who beat up on me on Facebook when I say that Ralph Gonsalves is the man for the job as Prime Minister this year, for the last 23 years. You up there where you are. You're not on the ground in St. Vincent. You're not faced with the reality that confronts us daily. So you're in your own comfort zone, so you could use that to say what you want to say. But you need to separate your obsession with Ralph Gonsalves, and you have a whole heap of love for Friday because you want to see Friday become Prime Minister. But I will tell you something. If and when with the confrontation of what's taking place in today's society, a 6 in a row, Ralph Gonsalves again. You understand what I say? Because I know Ralph Gonsalves is the ultimate politician. He will get things done, but you know, as a politician with that length of time as Prime Minister and political activist, he's going to use these little events to make sure, sell the image, and put forward the policy and the things that are being done to make sure some level of comfort. Because let me tell you something, I tell Snaggy, I say, Snaggy, I love to be in your position, you know. The Grenadians people normally vote for the NDP, but I could tell you, whoever runs for the European next election in the Grenadians is going to do much better than you did in the last couple of elections. If I were you, I'm not giving anyway. Okay? Because let me tell you something. The manifestation of Ralph Gonsalves and the Europe is going to progress himself in the Grenadians when they start to do the rebuilding process down there. I heard the Minister of Tourism, and rightly so, the tourism sector in the Grenadians is so important that they have to pay the ultimate attention because so many people will be unemployed, and all the effort that I'm seeing will manifest itself where the politician like Ralph Gonsalves is going to use the opportunity to make sure that his policies that he has in place and going to put in place to benefit the people. If I don't want to have an idea, listen to Parliament on Thursday, when I'm hoping that the NDP will go to Parliament and support the issue of the extending the amount of money they want to get from the overdraft and the special budget they're probably to bring to get to spend to the Grenadians to make sure that they want to get it back where it was some level of normalcy. So I'm hoping that the NDP will go to Parliament, especially Major Lake Up, and be as impartial as you ought to be. And you normally do that sometime and make a lot of more sense. I'm not expecting that from nature. They keep him out shut. So I'm hoping that Parliament on Thursday will be in the interest of the development of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially the ones in the Grenadines. Not saying that mainland St. Vincent don't have its challenges, but we can cope. But I was home some night back. No electricity and no water. And I held up my hand in front of my face, close to my face, and I can't see my hand. The place dark like midnight. You know what my thoughts took me? How young men could get involved in criminology. We have a caller. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, yes, Patsy, good evening.
You hold one on in Patsy,
Yeah, what are we reminding them?
Not reminding them because they know who I am.
You may come and laugh.
Yes, but it make me laugh now.
Well, that was my intention, though.
But what I want to say, that in the disaster, it's not the time, this is my opinion, to in this disaster, this is the time for us to unite together and work together. This is not the time to say who could do the best and who won't be.
You don't want to hear that, eh? You don't want to hear You don't want to hear the truth.
No. Not what you want to hear. It's reality. And the point I'm not speaking for one part and hating it. I'm neutral. This nation is divided. And why the nation is keep divided is because we are keep dividing nation. God allowed this hurricane to pass through this island. And this is the time, regardless of who do and who ain't do, and who could do and who could not do, is to come together.
Yes.
And be in one accord. And secondly, we got to realize whoever in power, it's not to work towards, but this time, they're going to get vote. You are there to assist, to help, and to strengthen the people, regardless of what race or what party. Because you are the leader.
I agree with you because that is why I'm encouraging you to listen to the Parliament on Thursday, and we will see
in this nation.
Yes.
That is what you there for. So disaster, no disaster. You are there for. This is time when who you hate, you give them your head straight. This is time who you don't like, you help them like those who you love. You understand what I said?
Yes.
Because we are one people. Vincentian. Before we got not united, we don't care what party you're into. We don't care what jersey you wear. We don't care who they call it, you're bragging up on, boasting on. But still, we will come back as one. What I have done, we push away. And certain things that come, we taking it to push the people more away, to divide the people more. We need each other. Because the rain doesn't fall in one house. It falls upon everybody. And right now, the rain falls upon everybody's house. Who ain't get roof on is killed for because you're carrying a pain. Because we are human beings. We are one. We are one nation. We are Vincentian. And my mother house, the family home, is gone. But that ain't make me to divide myself. I hate anyone. Where I'm living, nothing happens to me or to anything of the place here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
But I'm carrying a pain for the people in the Grenadines. Right? Because that's where my mother from. You between Carriacou, come right up. It's my mother generation. And the majority of them are out of house and who in roof gone. In Clifton, where my mother family from, nothing. Right? I used to be in Union, live in Union, because my mother from down. It's when my mother, grandmother died. My mother come to St. Vincent, she's not a Vincent. And I said, why I say so? Because I said, what's she talking about? Because the Grenadine is part of St. Vincent. Because my mother born between Carriacou and Grenada. You understand?
Yes.
But race is between the Union itself and Carriacou. Right? My point is this, that we need to encourage one another now in disaster. You got to party into. We work together. And don't divide when things come. You ain't use LP. Give away one give and we don't want it. Folks, let me tell you something. We ain't got you nothing yet. We don't face no hurricane yet. That's just a shake up. If you forget the real hurricane, that's the time going to know how life is. And in the meantime, I say so. Do you remember, Kenzie, the US Virgin Islands?
Yes, remember that.
I was in the midst. And what we experienced in the US Virgin Islands, we think the hurricane was a category 10. You tell you?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't just take off the roof. It mashed up wall building. And it didn't only just mash up wall but building. You're in your house or in your bedroom, you can't bolt up your windows and do it. It's ripping it out. It comes straight in like a human being and pull out. People was going through your own house in the air. Facts, reality, furniture. Man, like you know, the wind on them and you do. You put your furniture going out in the air. Your fridge, you name it, whatever, empty out some people's house. I tell you. It was between life and death. There was no hiding. The only space was we were hiding. We could get safety at that time in our bathroom, our closet. Ain't what you know.
Yeah.
It went flat. And you know, it really anything go down. Lamppost, everything. God bless Vincent, clinic. They get on the boat, and I tell you, to walk morning, day, and night, like they didn't sleep. And the place was too dark. I want to say, but in that part, the party and them, they're not divided. They come together. They've been studying who could do the better work and who will not do the better work. Everybody come together and walk together, unite together. You understand me? A lot of people might go back in the country because they was homeless. Right?
Okay then.
The point of, this is the time for we to focus. Because this is the last opportunity for now. Give somebody a chance.
Yes.
But we can't change it. Let me tell you something. When alongside in a position, you have to show yourself and do what you have to do. Let me tell you something. You cannot say a person who never in a position to say they can't do the work.
You
Because somebody who in the position now.
you take 30 minutes to tell me that I am wrong to say that Ralph Gonsalves is the best person to be Prime Minister this time. I'm convinced, and nobody can
No, that's
convince
no
me.
opinion. But I say you cannot. I talk about experience, right? As long as in a position, you do what you have to do, you ain't do it. But the person who are not in the position, you cannot say they ain't going to do it. And they won't function in it. They won't able to do it. Who is you to say that?
Well,
Who is me to say that?
Well, I get your message, but I'm still maintaining my point.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I know. Whatever say so. The party in the voting island used to say, VIP, they will never do a good job. Because they never go in power. They will never do. That's how we behave in this business. Right? It takes years before they get in power. They were in power already, but after they was out for a long time. Let me correct myself. In that long period, it's just the same. We want them. They could be the worst. We could be this. And the leader who was getting power, who was the leader, make it worse. What happened? They get in, right?
Yeah.
And they're progressing and doing much better than the one who was there for those period of years and functioning good. They also they have hiccups now. So let us start focus who in power now and do a better job. That's the vision. That's poisoning people in their mind.
Okay.
So well, this is the time for let the people in them think for themselves and agree who they will in power. And the last thing for now, let me tell you something. You and I, it can't be done so easy. I can say my mother experience and my family down there. When you and I the when these people them make up their money, they could feed them, they could give them what they want. They appreciate what you do, but they can't twist their mind because of what you do. Because they look beyond not what you do, but what ahead of them.
Okay then.
Have a great night.
All right, thank you. 457-99-97. You can use those two numbers, that's our landline, and you can give us a call or send your text at WhatsApp. See if to come and find an interested commentary. We seem to have a caller. Good evening.
Hey, my friend Kingsley, good evening. Good evening.
Hey, Beckwith, mate, how you doing?
Wonderful, doing great. I'm glad you're doing well, and I like that shirt, man. That's a beautiful shirt.
Yeah,
seriously, I really do like that. That's beautiful.
a couple of years ago, my friend Joe Thomas gave it to me, so I wear it occasionally.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
So it's almost like a dashiki.
Yeah, well, he like that. He insisted on like that kind of shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes, man.
Well, I'm calling, and I know first. Let me say, my heart goes out to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines,
Definitely.
especially people on Union Islands and Myro and Canawan and Beckwith, which have been affected by the hurricane, the storm that came through.
Yes.
And I'm surprised, Kingsley, that there is not more casualties for the devastation that I saw.
Yeah.
I was really surprised, but at the same time, we have to be very thankful. I'm really, really thankful that more life wasn't lost. Yes. I know I'm probably going to get some licks tonight, but I'm going to address something that Sunday night our Prime Minister said.
You talk about licks. One of your friends was calling before. I actually leave it and come to you because I want her to hear what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure she can beat me up anyway. But my shoulders are broad. I'm 6'2", 240 pounds. So my shoulders are broad.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because on Sunday night I sit here and listen to the religious broadcast or the religious concert, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I looked at it and we're calling for all these unity, and yet I have not seen. I'm not sure who put on the concert, but I did not see Dr. Friday there unless I missed it. I did not see Leacock. I did not see nobody from the opposition. And we're talking about uniting our country and spreading love. Then our prime minister gets up there and talking about putting petty politics aside, uniting our country, and yet he's not talking to the opposition leader. Not in these times, the places that have mostly been affected
are in the Grenadines.
In the Grenadines.
Yes.
He would not even take Dr. Friday along with him or Mr. Olivier along with him to say, let's go and see what's going on, gentlemen. Yes. And how could you get there on stage on Sunday? I mean, these guys are hypocrites, man. I hate to say that. Mm-hmm. How could he get there on Sunday night and talking about uniting the country and put petty politics aside? But yet you're not talking to nobody on the opposition side.
Yes, right.
Yes. And this is and the lady was right. Our country is divided, Kingsley. Our country is divided. We the people have to unite our country because the politicians are not going to do it. Because they show us that in these times. So we the people have to get up and we have to unite our country because I'm telling you, my friend, we are going down a slippery slope. Yes. It's not looking good. Yes. It's not looking good at all. Yes. And one of the things I would suggest though, the people who are in the shelters, why don't they give them a job to prepare the meals? Because they need an income. Why don't the Prime Minister, Nemo, whoever it is, give them a job so they could prepare? Because I know they have some of these ladies can cook really well, including men. Give them a job in the shelters so they could bring an income into to the family.
Yes.
Because you sit in a shelter night and day not doing nothing, man, that could be devastating. Yes. And it can be stressful. Yes. So if you give them a job, let them bring in a little income to the family and thing. And the last thing before I go, Brother Kingsley, yes. I was hoping that Mr. Glasgow was on.
No, he's coming the last Tuesday.
Oh, he coming the last, okay.
Every last
because
Tuesday.
I remember maybe a couple of weeks ago, I heard Mr. Glasgow sat in your program and said that Adriana King is his niece.
Yes. And I had a discussion last week, and I noticed he didn't fuel the discussion because I was trying to get people's minds wrap around how she's being treated and the disadvantage she finds herself. But he sat there and he didn't say anything much. So I said, well, why should I be fighting his niece problem? He even assisted me, so I just leave it right there. So that's a good observation.
I'm telling you right now, if I was Adrian, I'd disown him. Seriously, I tell him, don't call my name on the radio because you're not out there when I'm protesting. Because she's out there protesting, she and Kenson by themselves sometimes. Yes. And Glasgow really have the nerve to get on the radio and say Adrian is his niece, and he can't even stand up and say, well, Dr. Gonzalez, you're treating my niece wrong. I mean, if that was my uncle and he called my name, I'll put him out on radio. Don't call my name. Please don't call my name.
I'm gonna let him know what's your thought is if he's not listening, and we're gonna discuss that where his solution Tuesday. Yes.
And maybe when he comes in, maybe I'll call back and just chat, because there is no way I'm going to have a niece or a nephew, and regardless to whether I'm getting a penny or quarter or shilling, there is no way I'm going to sit there and let nobody victimize my niece or
No,
nephew.
I agree.
And sit there.
I agree with you because I came in here Tuesday before the last, and I spoke for about 20 to 25 minutes, and not one single soul called and support the effort I was trying to develop, where I think that
Right.
she was unfairly dealt with. I said to myself, I didn't hear from Lucia King, I didn't hear from Patrick Knight King, I didn't hear from Kent King, I didn't hear from none of the persons who she find herself in the quagmire where support us. I say, wow, may waste no time here, that
Right.
lose it alone. Yeah.
No. Continue to fight for her, Kingsley. That's a brilliant young woman. I listen to her because you know me. I like to listen both
Yes,
sides because
yes.
I know when the prime minister is right, I say he's right. But when he's wrong, I must say he's wrong.
Definitely.
You know, if anybody in the opposition is wrong, I must say they're wrong. But that's a brilliant mind we just victimizing for what? All because she speaks out.
Yes, yes.
I mean, that we should not be living in a society like this, Kingsley. We are better than this. St. Vincent is better than this.
No,
We have the politics.
I
Go ahead.
beg to be associated with your final comment on the history of Adriana King because I felt disturbed and because I know her as Glasgow's niece and I know her from my era quite well, and I think that the purpose that she was protesting for was justified because the charges she got was summary charges and they don't carry a criminal conviction, and I was surprised that nobody taken up to see how good they supported this lady is.
Right. And as I said before, as we were saying, Vinci, if Blasco was my uncle and he calling me,
I disown him.
I said, not call me name. Not call me name at all, mister.
You
Not call
disown
me
him.
name.
All right.
Anyway, enjoy, Kingsley, and have a blessed night. You know, I'm going to continue to listen.
Okay, Becker, mate. Thank you for calling. 457-9997. 457-9997 is the WhatsApp where we see. We have lots of persons following us up there, and the WFM page is good to know. It's all full out there. We recognize all of you. We can't speak to some of the comments that you're making. They're too strong for radio. But is what it is up there.
Let's see. Let's first start up with this one. Andy Freitas says, "I'm hoping this hurricane will bring everyone together. Put each other first before party. It's not about red or yellow, but everyone as a society unite and love each other."
I personally feel that the authorities, and I will talk with the authorities, the referring to Ralph Gonsalves and the European, will do exactly what she's suggesting. They're not going to play no partisan politics with this issue. It's a national event, and nationals of St. Vincent and the Grenadines had the challenges, and I think that Ralph Gonsalves understand the importance of nationalism, and he will go that direction. Yeah.
Somebody writes here on Facebook. It says, "I'm listening and recognizing leadership. I recognize the leader speaks one voice as I. Important, not many voices."
Well, I don't know in what context he says that. Again, I got the context, but here what happened. Anybody who refers to themselves as I, you know who used to do that? Sir James Mitchell. It seems as though that is a thing of prime ministers. I did this, I did it, I did. Well, let's face facts. Ralph Gonsalves spoke and will speak on the issue on Thursday, and I'm expecting nothing about the best supported by the leader of the opposition in Parliament on the issue of a national disaster that just took place.
All right. Okay, we have a couple. Let me go here first. I guess, kindly for your information, ULP will never win the Southern Grenadines seat. Not gonna happen. We are different from mainland people.
Well, the person say we, so that means that the person is speaking from a Grenadian standpoint. But hey, always remember, never say never. Ralph Gonsalves is good in turning setbacks into opportunities, and I would not be surprised if the Northern Grenadines comes in for the European next election.
All right, Kingsley, we have two questions here for you. Says, first one, Kingsley, in your opinion, do you think the duly elected reps of the Grenadines should be incorporated with the cleanup and rebuilding efforts of their constitutions? And two, Kingsley, how you think the young PM of Grenada is handling things there thus far?
Well, I tell you something. I'm paying attention to Ezekiel Mitchell, and when he was elected and appointed Prime Minister, I say I'm expecting nothing but the best. And as far as he's going, I'm impressed so far, and I think that he's on the right direction to become one of the best prime ministers in the Caribbean. And the first question, if Dr. Friday and Terence Olivier should be involved in the constituency as getting things done, they are elected parliamentarians, but they don't have any access to the treasury to get things done. So don't expect them to do things like what Ralph Gonsalves may do for his constituency and the other constituencies that is governed by the members of the ULP. They are, just like me and you, hope will find its way in the development for people in the Grenadines.
Someone makes a comment. The only person on the NDP side that I saw was working and being constructive is Ms. Velox. She should be the leader of the NDP.
Ms. Velox, the person is serious when he says she should be the leader. Ms. Velox is being championed that she came close last election and she's going to win. They call the polls and just say where they go. Grenadines people have voted Grenadines. Well, East St. George people have voted Labour and Camelo. So Ms. Velox say, how you want cut out for you? Yeah, all right. Yeah. And a lot of people gain Ms. Velox the impression that she did so well in the last election because 500 persons didn't go to the polls and vote. Let's say 250 should have voted for her and 250 voted for Camelo. Let's say they win the seat. And I have a friend who's listening to me in Fayard. His name is Mr. Goodluck. I plan to win his house from him, you know, because he tell me that Ms. Velox is going to win the next general election in East St. George. I said, I'm going to bet my property against you as well. That ain't happening. Ms. Velox is too lightweight to dethrone Camelo Gonsalves. Okay. 4579997. You use that number for the landline and the WhatsApp, and you can be a part of tonight's program. It's 18 minutes, 30 seconds after 9 o'clock. Let's take a break. Hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback. To be a part of the Feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's Feedback.
Yes, we are back at 18 minutes after 9 o'clock in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You listen to the Tuesday night sponsored program. It is being sponsored by Basil's Bar. You find it downstairs the Cobblestone Hotel in Kingston. Obliquely opposite Mariners Hotel at Basil's in Villa. And you find him in Mustique, where he's been playing his trade for years. We want to thank him for continuing to sponsor this program. And I hope Apostle, we seem to have a caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Kingsley, don't you think it's disrespectful of the Prime Minister in that not getting these 2 duly elected representatives for the Grenadines involved in what's happening?
Tell me what you want him to do.
Okay, I mean, even if you have to call them and have a talk with them and discuss,
How you know
the whole situation.
How you know the Prime Minister and reach out to them?
It hasn't happened.
I'm asking you how you get the impression that Ralph Gonsalves haven't made an attempt to speak to Terence Olivier and Dr. Friday.
Well, it was mentioned.
It had to be mentioned.
Yes.
No,
and number two, if you imagine there's a problem with the PM and the bigger developer on Canada One, because this is something with him some time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned some house owner wife or something a waste. He mentioned the guy who owns the marina, and he didn't mention Pignataro. So you see what something is wrong between them.
Well, I don't know how you arrive at that impression to say something like that. But let me tell you something. Terence Olivier is duly elected parliamentarian for one of the constituencies in the Grenadians. If Ralph Gonsalves, for some reason, according to your assumption, didn't reach out to Terence Olivier should reach out to the Prime Minister. Okay? One caller before said that Ralph Gonsalves, and I heard him make a statement. I think that at the time it was a political statement because Ralph felt that when the lady from Lee who was accused of pelting the stone and chopping him in his head, that the NDP make a mockery of him, and he did say that he's not going to have any verbal conversation with the leader of the opposition. That happened, and it was unfortunate. But I believe if Ralph Gonsalves did not make an effort to speak to the leader of the opposition, Dr. Friday knows the Prime Minister's cell number, and we will see the manifestation of that in Parliament on Thursday. Let's go to the line. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, Mr. Peters.
How are you today?
Everything is okay, sir.
I hear you. Question. How you look at the assassination of President Trump in the US?
How do I look at the attempt assassination of former president and hopeful Donald Trump? How I look at that, I'm glad he didn't suffer more serious injury, and I'm glad he didn't get killed, because it would be a little unfortunate of what would have took place in America today. If the attempt was genuine, because I heard one of my taxi colleagues suggesting today that he don't believe that the attempt was genuine. It was staged. Well, I don't have enough evidence to verify that, but I'm glad the way it went. Because let me tell you something, Mr. Peters, I'm convinced that Donald Trump is going back the next presidency of America. America deserves a president like Donald Trump.
Okay. I think it's because when I watched the news this afternoon, I convinced that he was an election.
Yeah. America deserves a president like Donald Trump. They will vote for him, because let me tell you something. When we was young, Mr. Peters, we used to use an H word to describe those people with that particular pigmentation. That level of racism is still in America, and you could identify Donald Trump with that kind of a behavior. And Americans, if they listen, that is what they offer. They try to disguise it today, but that is what they offer.
And number two, you heard anything about some attempt robbery of the call it in South Africa and the credit union?
No, I haven't heard that. Somebody sent me a text, but it came in as fake news. I didn't pay attention to it. But any attempt of robbing a financial institution must be discouraged, because it's poor people money trying to do that. And meanwhile, when they go look for them, they must do like the Prime Minister say. Read them the beatitude after you don't catch them. And when you catch them, give them right back down in a vehicle.
I agree with you. I agree with you, man.
Yeah, man. People, we can't be too tolerant to people with the criminality these days, man. Yes.
We go give somebody else a chance.
Yes, man. Yeah, thanks for calling.
We do it.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Hey, address me properly.
I didn't know who the
He
person was.
said,
You,
"Oh, yeah,
you,
right.
you named the
You did,
show.
you did, but before you knew that I was calling and which call you was going to take before mine, right?
You live in the past,
Listen,
don't worry.
but yeah, man, you gotta go in the grave sometime. I'll be right there. I just tell my friend
Good
some
evening, good
some
evening,
back,
Anta. Good evening. I recognize your voice.
yeah, I know, yeah, right. But how just now you didn't hear my voice, but you know which call you choose to take from you want me to hear what was being said.
Well, I was just,
But here,
I was just prioritizing my friends. Remember, I say friends,
uh,
eh? Yeah.
but here they say I just tell my friend from Mission Park I ain't calling tonight because we might just sold. But if I didn't do it, I won't sleep and I like getting off my chest.
Okay.
Anyway, before I go further, what time did you leave the airport this evening?
I was at the airport today.
Oh, well,
No,
okay, then somebody will call you.
Yeah, I was not
Some
up at 100% at all. I was really being discouraged.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. Somebody will call you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here is Kingsley. The old people used to say, right? You're known by the company. You keep if somebody is a thief and you walk with them, even if he ain't one, you deem as one,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And another one, common sense ain't so common, Kingsley. Sometimes you have to use it. And here another thing they used to say, and I know you know them, because you just quote them. If you wait for hear your name call, you will never hear it. No.
Who you trying
When
to Who you
somebody
trying to work? Who you trying to work?
no, I talking to Mr. Kingsley the
Oh,
freighter, so
okay,
I'm
okay.
trying to word give nobody.
Okay.
Because if you sit down they praising a man and then Kamal come and tell you, Kamal, my friend, I just using you figuratively speaking and directing you. And Kamal come and tell you that the person is a hypocrite and this and that. Kamal including you too, he sending the message give you. Type by you sit down there. You understand what I say? But here, I am disappointed with my prime minister. I may call him tomorrow and his princess will have a talk with him. I didn't know that the concert was a specially invited concert. So he should have gone to all the opposition people, leader from the leader right down, brush their teeth, wash their face, have them well tailored, brush their shoes, and shuttle them to the park. Why didn't he do that?
What I see, my for ask him. I will call him tomorrow and ask him.
Well, listen, it seemed as though that he did that to every other person was there and he didn't do it to them.
Yes.
So that is why they weren't there.
Okay.
And you missed something. You Kinsey, you missed something. What the gentleman said, who is the honorable prime minister, he said he would not speak to Dr. Friday again because of what he said and what took place of him. But anything concerning government business, he will write to him.
I remember the prime minister saying
Did he
so.
say that?
I remember the prime minister. Yeah, I remember the prime minister saying so. Yes.
Exactly. So you don't have to talk to him.
Okay. So
You write him. You're not leaving him out of government business, but he's writing to him.
Yes.
Because he said that. And when in Parliament, he talked to him, and there's where you have to talk to him.
Yes.
You don't have to talk to him outside.
Yeah, you speak to him as
Don't you hear that they talk to each other and respond to each other?
Yeah. He speak to him as.
So that is the Wall and St. Vincent business, and there is where they correspond.
Yeah, he speak to him on opposition issues, and Dr. Freddy speak to him on prime minister's issues. You're right.
Exactly. But when you hate a man, you hate his righteousness.
Oh, that's a strong word.
No, it's true. When you hate a man, Kingsley, you hate his righteousness. And when you love him, you love his sins also.
Okay.
You understand? So I will ask him tomorrow why he didn't. Now, there's a certain politician. He finds himself where they are registering for ID card, and he's questioning the young people who their parents, which part in the constituency they live, and all of that. And he's writing now, who is your parents? And so he couldn't find time to go at the park. Who usher him there, or who usher them to the station where they go to find out people and question young people who they are.
Well, they
So
probably
he was to give them.
They're probably making
right.
sure that no process and continuation of hanky panky that they claim allegedly took place in the last elections don't continue
And
anymore.
listen, I'm not disagreeing with them that to do that, but I'm saying, did anybody drag them to go there? So was somebody give them special invitation to go there? So they needed one to go to the park. I don't know, Lord of mercy, Kingsley, I ain't go school, but I wonder why some people don't think before they put them out in gay. It was not barricaded.
I thought they tell me Trey Woggy people talking to me.
Boys, you are talking to
I know.
because you didn't open your mouth and say nothing. Are you sitting there? Man, you must get a just
you don't like the word hypocrite. That was the bun out your heart.
But here
Oh.
not watch now. Because I say and here direct to you too. That's why I tell you common sense here so common. So you must point out people that don't care what it. Could be Anne Marie who you tell me love daily, could be Valerie, could be a nephew, could be Marcus. Once you find somebody direct and belongs to you, even me, Kingsley, you just tell people only I understand you. When you tell me no answer, I just say, okay, Kingsley, I'm sorry. You understand? And you should have let him know.
Okay.
You there and here the main way you have to say but me because anything with anybody, nobody can tell me nothing to make me buckle because here what happened. You only go low with somebody when you're going to pick them up, Kingsley, because if I did low and you come down with me, which means you find value in the lowness. You would either only bring me up or you go your way. You don't come low with me and leave me there. Because then if you come down there with me, then you're no better than me.
Yeah.
You feel me, my friend?
Well, I like this aggressive part. I want the bold and beautiful segment between you and Mr. Mason and the what's your name about the name, Mr. Horn. So go ahead.
I haven't heard Mr. Horn in a little bit. I know the last, and I'm like really worried. My girlfriend, Miss Bonnie, was in Barbados and she wanted to go and look for him. Well, he text you over now, but she couldn't get on to him. She was up here. She left this morning.
And Mrs. Jones said to let you know that she's listening and she's probably.
Yeah, I was gonna hail up to Kingsley. You didn't give her the number.
No, I passed.
I don't wanna call it out on air.
No, I'm have it, but I'll give it to you tomorrow.
You give it to me tomorrow. You give it to Mrs. Jones tomorrow.
No, I'll give you her number tomorrow.
Oh, you gave me her number tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Because the reason why you probably can't get onto her now
with everything that is going on.
with the what do you call that again? WhatsApp call. Yeah, difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
I passed it today.
But I didn't hear you in a while. I called you up to today. Were you safe though?
Yeah. Everything was okay with me, but I was having a particular issue today, so I stayed home for the entire day because I wanted to come because people were saying that I'm avoiding the missing on the radio, so I spent most of the home and I leave home and I can come straight there. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when you get those stuff, take them to Dr. C and let her.
Oh yes. I did say to her that I'm expecting something and I want her to have an opinion before I take them. She said, bring them, let she see them before I take them. Yes.
Right. And you might have to go to my niece's house because, oh gosh, well, I have to say that funny, but okay, tomorrow you call me because I wanted to get on.
Yes, okay.
Because my nephew took down something from the States on Friday, but you might have to go.
Yeah, okay.
You call me in the morning.
What kind of conversation is this?
I will do that. You keep it to this. You're too fast.
Kamal is the host.
I'm lost. I'm a little bit lost right now.
You don't know in what context he's speaking. Yeah. And thank you for calling and thank you in advance, okay? Yes.
Back with me. Good evening. I don't have enemies, my friend. Enemies have me. But you have to get answer, man. Now because I hate the Prime Minister. Taking to task is your leaders.
I thought you tell me you're trying to work with nobody.
Back with me. Listen, I know everybody. The whole assembly will tell you I don't have enemies. Who want to have me, they have a good job. But here, you're taking the wrong man to task. You should be taking your leaders to not pushing Dr. Gonsalve out the way. Dr. Gonsalve is inside. They are the one who
Anita,
want to get in.
Anita, you think that Trump is going to be reelected?
I think so. I hope not, but I think so. But hey, Kamal, what God don't stop, He allowed. And let me tell you something. You see the Democrats, they are who fighting against each other. And if you and I and Kingsley live in a house and I come in outside and tell you bad thing about Kingsley, you think you're gonna have anything good about Kingsley. Look how Ralph Gonsalve and his men live. You'd think I would sit here as a full supporter.
Anita, I asked you about Trump. I was hoping to carry the conversation more.
She's so obsessed with Ralph Gonsalve. She compares Ralph Gonsalve to the greatest leader of the Caribbean.
Because hey, what I'm trying to say to you, even the people them about Trump who say all kind of bad thing about them, I listen them all day, all night, last night and all today, and you hear how they praising him. So I'm just saying Trump will get back there because his people are sticking with him. The Democrats are fighting against each other.
That's the only thing I agree with you with. Anta, that Donald Trump is going to be the next elected president of America. Yes.
Well, you know, I don't tell everybody so, but I hope that it happens. And if it happens,
what is so wrong if it happens?
What's so wrong that for it to happen? Yeah. Because from his past and Kamala and Trump is not a politician.
No, but I'm only asking, you know.
No, but sweetheart, listen to me. He's not a politician, and when he go in this strictly revenge. You understand what I'm saying?
So where was Trump to do? Go shake the enemy hand when he come back on president? Or why you send out in jail?
Anyways.
That's where you wishing for, but he might go jail. Anyway, gentlemen, you can't be good because Kingsley, I'll talk to you in the morning. I'm not getting
before you go, right? There's a comment here. I just want to share it with you before we go because seeing that I asked the question, Kingsley, I hope you don't mind. It says, I agree on that point. Trump will win the next election. Trump says a lot of things that many Americans have in their heart and mind, but won't say publicly.
I just said that technically a while ago. So the post is listening. Yes, okay. Well, thank you, Anta.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, mother. You take care. God bless.
Yeah. Let me say good evening to Frank De Silva and Frank De Silva friend. I think I see him coming there a while ago. Right, Leanne? Yeah, you could call now. Frank De Silva, best friend.
Someone writes, my name is Andre Thomas. I hope you are doing well. I listen to you every Tuesday night that you are on and really wished we had such an informative weekly program in Grenada.
Wow.
So I guess this person is writing from Grenada.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. So Leanne, call 457.
All right. Then we have a call here.
Hey, good evening, sir.
Why you calling about me?
Wait, is who calling? Leanne? Oh, Leanne. Yeah. Go ahead.
You're trying to play Anita and me too? You're trying to do me the same thing too?
No.
You let the man talk before Anita thought I was different. Let him know he could be 6'2", 240. We just have small axe, we will cut down the big tree.
Okay. Then.
That's all I will tell him.
All right.
Anita, I got your back, baby. Don't worry. He just an overweight. He just an overweight big whale. That's all he is.
I like he get another skin.
No, Kingsley, but every time the same thing. Right? That's just like I need to say. All the opposition they had to do, they put on the clothes and come down the park.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Where you are invitation for Kingsley.
Okay.
Did the Prime Minister invite you, Kingsley?
No.
They invite the whole of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes.
Right? And that lady who was called from where she live, Virgin Island, wherever she from. Same thing where she too. She just the same as them.
You talk about Patsy?
Yeah, she the same thing too. She the same thing too.
Patsy don't want me to say that Rav Gonsalves is the right person to be Prime Minister this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing. She calling all the program the same thing.
She said,
she your partner back with make the same thing.
She says
them against.
She says
the Prime Minister.
She says an unfair comparison, but I don't think so. I think that Dr. Gonsalves tested and tried. Yes.
Kingsley and a man we live in the United States, just like the people in them tell you just now. Trump just to say we gotta say. A lot of people afraid to say it.
Yeah.
And if the Democrat ain't like we name step down, unless somebody is to take over the leadership.
Trump is going to win. Yes, they're going to defeat
Trump
them
will win.
Yes.
Because they just like they said, they have a problem in the party now. If all the leaders in them is telling him step down and he wants to step down, what do you think will happen? That's conflict right there.
Yeah.
Me know about Kamala Harris. Me think she's popular among black people, so that's another thing.
I listened to her today. I was quite impressed, but as you said, I don't know how popular she is with that race of people that refer to us.
Yeah, if America looking for another history where they could say, well, the first woman and she black and all that stuff, then she could win.
Yeah.
If they're looking for America love history, you know what I mean? So they will love to see how first black president woman and all them thing there, you know what I mean? So
after this you mean?
You never know.
Okay, right. Huh? Somebody important is trying to call, so
all right, no problem.
So just give way. Yes.
Yeah, go
okay. Right.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback. To be a part of the Feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's Feedback.
90 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. Wait, I'm hoping I'm going to hear Candyman. Candyman, oh, you ain't calling tonight? Yeah, I want to hear you call tonight, Candyman. Yeah. EBC? I know EBC doing, boy. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. Look, you calling me. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I don't have to ask how you're doing because your voice sounds very strong.
Well, I tell you to turn up the volume for my voice is strong, so I have this guy's voice tonight.
I just joined you.
Yes,
but what I want to find out, were you able to see Mr. Gonsalves with respect to the old lady in South Rivers that I had spoken to you about?
Well, I tell you something.
I have not been able to make contact with her.
Well, I tell you something, Mr.
I'm anxious to know what's happening.
Mr. Providence, it's Providence.
Yeah, Providence.
I went to South Rivers 3 times. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I didn't go to see Mrs. Hilda on Sunday, but I went Monday and Tuesday. And every time Rav Gonsalves come to the airport as Prime Minister, he make time for me. And I suggested to him that I'm being bombarded by YouTube for him to go.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, to pay attention. And he acknowledged that he's a bit busy, but he's going to find time on Sunday to visit her. So she's expecting him to see him on Sunday. So he promised me that.
Because it's extremely urgent because it has been a long time, you know. It's more than 2 years since I'm joined it to his attention.
Yeah, but to be honest,
she's sick.
She have a problem, but she's okay because the coldest Guinness I had on Tuesday is by her, and I had some peanut, and she's up and running, so she's doing much better. As you say,
okay, good.
The amputation of her leg doesn't deter her. She still has the energy like she used to, so she's okay. Yes.
Oh, well. To hear that. That is much better than I have had from the PM for the 2 years.
Yes. Because,
thank you very much for that, sir.
Yes, and Mr. Province, it's happened that I got a job to go to Salt Rivers on 3 consecutive days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays. And I used the opportunity to go pay some time.
Beautiful.
So, and she was glad to see me because she knew me through my father. They were very close friends.
Man, yes, man. She's a strong village woman, you know.
Definitely. Yes.
Dependable and hardworking.
Yes.
So she's the kind of people, now that when we're in a position, we must give back to them.
Yes.
And look out for the interest. I am grieved that a person like her is suffering so much and seemingly neglected by prominent people, you know?
Yes. But
thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Providence.
All the best.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, good.
That is somebody that I'm not gonna call her nickname on radio. It doesn't sound good for radio. She doesn't mind, but I tell you, I have known her for all my life through my father, because she used to use our taxi service and services between me and my father when we travel. When she travel, and that's how we become very good friends. And Ralph Gonsalves made me promise that he's going to pay some sort of attention to his constituents by passing by Hilda before it is too late. And he promised he'll try and do it on Sunday, because he's going up to gas to do something posted in his house, and he will pass it. It's 15 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. Well, we only got 5 more minutes here. We have to try and reach home tonight to get some sleep and wake up. So, we have a call. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I come back. Let me brief. Whatever what the guy is saying, before you speak about somebody, find out who the person are and who they is.
Mm-hmm.
First, before you could talk about somebody. Right?
Yeah.
And I want to say what he said, that I'm not a partial, a hypocritical person, and if you give me a plate of food and you do things not right, I will speak out and still look in your pot for your plate of food. Right?
Yes.
And the other part, I will say that my eyes does not look to me nose only. My eyes do not see me nose.
Yes.
It's see beyond me nose. I could talk about the nose.
Okay.
And finally, I will leave that for him to think, or anybody to think about. When you're getting a plate of food, a good pillow, when you cook a good pillow, you will enjoy it. If it's in tasty, cleansing, you want more from the pot. You understand?
So you just eat the one?
What? That is sweetest. Man, oh Lord. They want you old pot, you actually eating one in the pot.
Yeah.
So the point I want to say, that when you get a good pillow, you will enjoy the pillow and you will talk about the pillow.
Okay, all right.
But when you check or cook the pillow, how they look, how they dress, you wouldn't want to eat from the pillow.
Yes.
Suppose the part that you cook the pillow, you realize the part was not clean in the pillow. Would you want any more pillow from that?
No, I ain't gonna want a pillow, especially the bun part, right? Because if you part the clean, you can cook food for it.
Right. And also with the pillow tastes so nice and tasty and look good, and invite other people to enjoy the pillow.
Yes.
But when you decide to peep to see what they put in the pillow and how to cook it, it was not cookable and presentable. We wouldn't want to eat no more food.
Okay.
I will let people know, boy, the pillow tastes nice, but they would not know.
Okay.
Right? My point to say this, I don't enjoy the pillow because it tastes tasty. I don't speak about the pillow because you're my good friend and you give me pillow. So even though you cook it how you want to cook it, I'm going to talk good about it, even though you cook it good.
Yeah.
Me, when you pillow, it's tasty, but I see how you cook it, how you eat it, and we're going down with it, I will speak. That didn't mean to say, I hate you. That didn't mean to say quickly, I despise you. Okay. And that will happen to many of us being censured. And also, if you are a leader of the land, regard what the opposition and haters do to you, the Bible says, bless them that curse you, and say all manner of evil against you, and persecute my name's sake. And also the Bible says, you must still be friends with them, and you're supposed, as a leader, you're supposed to love somebody unconditionally, no matter what they did, or how they did to you, or what they say. You're supposed to still reach out and embrace the person. Show them you are different. Because if Christ was on earth and he was reacting when you put the thorn upon his head and the nail in his hand, none of us want to be here today.
Okay.
So if you want to be Christ, like I talk about there, and we want to be a Christian, and you reading the Bible and still you want to talk to your brother, to army opposition and the Allah, and you want to reach out. You are not a leader to carry on because you're teaching the nation. Do it like me. And the Bible says when your head sick, you hold back the sick. So therefore, you show that principle, the whole nation will react the same. We attack. Come on, man. Let us come back together as unity. Put the past behind, because remember, you will not be in power all the days of your life.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, right. Let me say a special good evening to Patsy Holder. Patsy Holder is not the same person just spoke. The whole name is Patsy, but let me see. And Leanne, I hope you get a message from Lady, okay? Lady was referring to you. Yeah, okay, yeah, right. So it's 10 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. I enjoyed my time here. I mean, I had to do a bit of interchanging during the early part of the program because of the lack of communication where people didn't choose to call, but they chose to listen. Good to know that Mrs. Freddie Valentine is listening. I don't forget you, Mama. I know that you listen every Tuesday night. You and the people of St. Vincent and Grenada listen religiously, and that is why I make a special effort for persons to participate in the program. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I get Papa Dash to sing my final song for me. I'll enjoy myself and see you all right here next week. Papa.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's